The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. They run with a rookie. It's Chase Brown. They find some open feet, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we, talking to him and the coach. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Baylor tight. 21.
Here's Herbert now on second down. Pass complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 23 yards the pickup there. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Johnston sent in motion. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
21. Go.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready, run. Baylor tight. Ready.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Let's go now.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They run with a fourth-round pick, Roschon Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Mayer. Touchdown! Michael Mayer, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Hey, go Lion.
Now it's Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ray. Go.
Herbert off of play action. And that one complete downfield to Allen. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Allen, the man in motion left. Eckler now between the tackles. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henry.
And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game.
These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations. Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Right back to Brown. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
This is Brown going up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Handing it off to Brown. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Johnson will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Charger drive about to get going. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Hey, easy. We'll go orange.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the Raiders have got him.
Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Baylor Tigers.
Herbert now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Home troops right. Ready.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
21.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett from 13 yards out. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. But now he appears to be in some pain. More from L.A. in a moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Chandler Jones in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the 50, here's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Herbert going to change the play here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
5-9.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White, and he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, go Lion. Why did they...
Here's Herbert. Now he'll escape to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Hey, Ray.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Dorsett on the return. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is White on the screen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
2nd and 2. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
18, 5 in.
They'll set up to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
He will have the conversion and more than that.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The Charger drive about to get going. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Sebastian Joseph Day in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Back to throw here.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here it is, 4th and goal.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.